anything worthwhile doing in life isn't going to be easy. What's going on, guys? It's Danny here. This is my first time doing something like this, so I'm really excited to share this story with you guys. Today I'm just going to be talking about my journey with basketball and kind of how I became a pro. So I'm going to just take you guys all the way back from high school and then just kind of talk about where I'm at right now. Start off freshman year of high school, came in about 6'2", like 160-ish, like real skinny. So came in that year, I played on the freshman team, and then, I was able to showcase my skills a little bit and crack a roster spot on the sophomore/JV team. Coming into my sophomore year with, higher expectations, really wanted to make varsity and solidified a spot on both the JV team and on the varsity squad. On the varsity squad, I was on the bench that sophomore year for about a month, and then I had a really good JV game, and I had a really good Thanksgiving tournament that, really showcased my skills and gave the coaches the confidence to let me go ahead and start on varsity. So started the remainder of my sophomore season on varsity, and then going into my junior season, that spring and summer, I had pretty decent, pretty good showcasing on the AAU circuit with my team. And going into that summer, I started to get a couple calls, couple letters in the mail. It was really exciting. Unfortunately, I had suffered an injury that put me out for about 5 months. And I was sidelined the rest of the summer and was able to get back healthy, thanks be to God, and compete my junior season. Throughout my junior season, I started on varsity, had a really good year, and I knew that this upcoming AAU season was going to be huge. So, I was doing what everyone else did. I was filling out questionnaires online and responding to things I was getting in the mail, looking out for any of those elite camps that schools were hosting and getting some good feedback from the coaches and whatnot. And, really just experiencing that recruiting process as, a 16-year-old. So moving into my senior year of high school, I came in with no offers. I had some schools that were interested, some high academic schools, and a couple of good D2 and D3 schools that were interested in me. So no offers though. And I got my first offer at the beginning of the school year from a Division II school called Ferris State University. So, it was really exciting for me. It's my first offer. And then going into that fall season, I had a few schools come and watch me play, and I was able to get, 2 more offers. One from Northern Michigan University, another Division II school, and then the United States Naval Academy. That was a big one. It was my first Division I offer. I was really excited, and I ended up committing to that school midway through my senior year season. I had big hopes, big aspirations to go and not only play basketball, but also attend a very prestigious university. So fast forward, I can do a separate video on my experience at the Naval Academy. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I can do that video for you guys. I can talk about that. But that time at the academy was huge. Learned a lot, experienced a lot, had its ups and downs, but definitely life-changing. So with that offer from the Naval Academy, I had to actually spend a year at the Naval Academy Preparatory School. So after high school, I came in to the Naval Academy Preparatory School at about 195. Ended up leaving that year at the preparatory school at about 220. So I came in and I put on 25 pounds, which is really good. Kind of showcase how locked in I was during that year. So I played ball, handled my academics, and kind of got a feel for what the academy would look like. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try and attend the Naval Academy. So came in freshman year and didn't play much. I think I played in 3 games. Played in a game against UMiami, UPenn, and then a Division III school that we ended up playing that season. So I was kind of bummed out, but I knew that if I were to put in the work that I'd have a really good chance of playing more my sophomore year. Going into my sophomore year season, I had a really good summer with the coaching staff, locked in, worked on my skills, and I was able to crack the rotation my sophomore year. Started out that first half of the season playing a lot, playing about like 20 to 25 minutes a game. And then those minutes gradually went down. But, I had a pretty good year. I was able to show a lot, use my frame, show my athleticism, show my defensive abilities and whatnot. It's my first time actually playing college ball, so it was fun. And I came to the conclusion at the end of that season that I wanted to pursue other endeavors. I wanted to play professional basketball. I knew that I couldn't do that if I were to stay at the academy, so I ended up exploring those options there, and also wanted to get my degree in cybersecurity. So I put my name in the portal, and that spring to summer was kind of hectic, worrying about where I was going to go to school and really trying to figure out what the best situation and opportunity would be. So I ended up committing to a Division II school out in Erie, Pennsylvania called Mercyhurst University. I got to Mercyhurst, Coach Manchell told me that he's expecting me to come in here, dominate. I had a chip on my shoulder and did what I had to do to get better and to work on my game to showcase my skills. So preseason, that junior year, I had a really good showing out in Canada, playing against some Canadian colleges up there, and it was exciting. First time playing with the guys, new team, so it was good to get that going. And first game of the regular season, I had, 21-8. Had a really good game. I was excited. And unfortunately, a week later, I suffered a season-ending injury. That was extremely unfortunate because I had left the academy with expectations to obviously play and showcase my skills and have a really good season. And having that injury was tough to go through at the time. Along with that, COVID hit. So on top of my injury and then the COVID, I knew I was going to get at least an extra year of eligibility. Going into that next season, I competed, was healthy, but it was a weird year because not a lot of teams were playing. So I was kind of glad that our school actually had the opportunity to compete that year. We competed and finished that season as the number 3 ranked school in Division II basketball. So we had a really good year as a team, as a unit. I had a pretty solid year on a stacked team, and I knew that I was moving in the right direction to accomplish my goal as being a professional athlete. So I wanted to take it a step further and kind of challenge myself. That was something that I didn't really do in high school, and, put myself in situations that were difficult in order to grow, in order to become a better basketball player. And I decided to put myself into the transfer portal again, and this time I wanted to go to a bigger school, play at a higher level. Fortunate enough, God blessed me with an offer to play at the University of Minnesota. It was Big Ten basketball, and I was extremely excited, coming from a small liberal arts private Division II school in Pennsylvania and going to a Big Ten school in Minnesota. It was a dream come true and a huge blessing in itself. So I experienced that time at Minnesota, was able to pursue a master's degree in security technologies. But during that season, I didn't really play much. But I knew that, hey, I want to be a professional. So despite the fact that I didn't play much, I was in the gym grinding, working on my skills, working on my ball handling, trying to get stronger, trying to get faster, watching film. I was still treating it as a job because I knew that I wanted to achieve this goal. So after that year at Minnesota, I signed with an agent and I was one step closer to achieving my goals. And during that time period, that summer, we had a couple of private workouts with some G League coaches and GMs, and did a couple of tryouts with some other G League teams, and just getting my feet wet in that world of a professional. It was very exciting, and I just felt like a pro. Fast forward in that year, kind of waited about 4 to 6 months before I got my first professional opportunity to go play in Romania. This was a huge blessing because, I was waiting for the perfect opportunity. I turned down some other overseas opportunities during that time period because I didn't think they were a right fit. And I prayed very hard. I told God what I wanted, and he gave me a situation that aligned perfectly for what I desired. And so I went out to Romania halfway through their season, kind of to a team that was already established, but they were looking for me to add a spark to their team and to showcase what I can do. So I came in, had a pretty good season that year, and was able to experience that culture and ultimately play basketball as a professional overseas. Retracting, I had one more semester of my master's program after I left Minnesota, and during that time period from about May to December of 2022, I was finishing up my master's program remotely, which was a lot harder than actually being at school. So I ended up finishing my master's and ended up going to play professionally. So I accomplished the goals I'd set out for myself way back in 2019 when I left the academy. Once I completed my season as a professional in Romania, I ended up signing another contract to play that following February in 2024 to go play up in Canada, in London, Ontario, for their basketball super league. And that was also another blessing that God gave to me, because I went through a time period where, again, I turned down certain opportunities because I didn't think they were the right fit. But God showed me where he wanted me to be, and that was in London, Ontario. So I went to London, Ontario, and it honestly didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I didn't really have a good season out there. I was a part of a team that was already established and had a hard time finding my role and finding my purpose on that team. But I'm glad I experienced it, because I do think that I grew from that experience in terms of showing my resilience and being able to persevere through hard times, still working out, still being a professional, still showing up, doing things outside of practice. And I think all of that is what makes you professional. Doing things to get you better, but also doing the little things and doing the little things over and over and over again. So that was a good time, and right now I'm looking to sign another contract for the season coming up. I'm very excited. I'm still staying active, staying fit, staying ready, staying on my toes, and making sure I'm staying well conditioned and well prepared for the season coming up. A couple things I want to talk about are going through hard times and having your focus set on your goal and remaining faithful in what you want to accomplish. The most important thing is to make sure that no matter what, you remain disciplined, because motivation comes and goes. If you remain disciplined, if you believe in your heart that you can achieve something, then nobody can stop you in achieving that goal. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I look forward to making more content like this. So I'm talking to you guys one-on-one. Please let me know if there are things that you guys want me to talk about. And, I'm looking forward to doing this more often, man. All right, appreciate it.